Welcome back to Benny's Custom Works, proudly supported by Valvoline and Sparesbox. Don't forget Benny 5 on checkout. This week, we are back on Gian's Falcon. As you may or may not be aware, the factory handbrake on this thing is pretty useless. I've tried adjusting it about 10,000 times and it just doesn't work. Gian's doing the best he can with what he's got, but a hydraulic handbrake is definitely going to assist that. So today, we are going to be installing a hydraulic handbrake into this Falcon. Most of the methods we're going to use today are going to relate to putting a hydraulic handbrake into any car. And this is absolutely the cheapest way you can do it using quality components. This is not going to involve a second caliper or anything like that. This is an inline system, and it's the same way, we're going to plumb this the same way that my IS is plumbed and also Adam's S13. Both of those cars work extremely well. And like I said, you don't need a second set of calipers, second set of pads, any extra lines apart from what we're going to install today. So yeah, hopefully you guys can understand the simplest way to put a hydro in and make the thing actually work really well. So fingers crossed that all of my talking doesn't prove to be lies. Basically going to start ripping the interior apart first. We're going to remove the center console completely. The center console that's in this thing anyway has seen better days. It's pretty hacked and munted. So yeah, I think rather than trying to hack it up and make it fit under that, we'll just mount it to the side of the tunnel. We'll probably have to put some sort of padding or something on it as well today, but we're going to go on a journey together. Let's dive in. Are you missing some keys?
Oh, thank you.
I'll put them in the console. Oh, wait. Oh, good, that just comes off. I was worried about how to get that off.
Right, I've had a good go at trying to untwist that.
You haven't tried hard enough.
Yeah, okay. I'm worried I'm gonna like turn the whole gearbox sideways.
There we go. All the tools I've used to remove this console are shown on the screen now. It looks better without a console. Yeah. Now I'm just dummy fitting this anyway, because I just want to basically get this assembled so that we can put it in and start looking at locations. I had thought about putting it beside the tunnel, but now that we've got the console, it looks like there's actually a pretty good spot that's basically going to work out under the stereo, and this can hopefully tuck under the dash, which will mean this not sticking in your leg. So let's hope it fits. Literally thinking like something like that. I mean, that's fifth. This is going to be down. You're not going to be going for that ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's in a pretty good spot there. Yep. Like, it's nice and close to the wheel. Yep. It's in a good little arc. You can be like, mama.
I actually like that the top of the hydro doesn't protrude past the
height of the dash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Drilling these holes is going to be f***ed. Well, I might be able to 90-degree drill it, and then I'll use the base plate. So they give you like a sandwich plate to go on the bottom side of the tunnel, and the holes are in the same spot. And traditionally I weld the nuts to them. So I think I'll use that to drill the holes, to mark the holes. Then once that's all done and it's in the right spot, I'll weld the nuts to it after that. These nuts. Oh, that's close. Or is it? Can't tell if gearbox or second piece of tunnel. Thinking second piece of tunnel, and it's actually got this weird like double skin deal going on.
Housekeeping. Oh, everything's grown legs. See, after a catch like that, you're meant to do Spider-Man fingers.
I'm not talking about Spider-Man fingers again. Got me in too much trouble last time.
Spider-Man. You gotta do this afterwards.
Is that a noun or a verb? Spider-Man fingers? Think about it. Noun's a name. Verb's a doing word.
I just get them always
An adjective is a describing word, I think. Should go back to like year 3 English. I mean, I have needed that information a lot in my career.
Tell you what you do need a lot with everything.
Nothing.
The only thing, maths. But none of this extension algebra stuff.
Nah, yeah, like 1 + 1 is 3 quick maths.
Just learn your times tables, kids.
Put 700 silicone sprays on so I can get this boot on, hopefully. The downside of that is the boot's now covered in silicone spray. There we go.
That was a good sound, I heard that from here.
You weirdo and your sounds. Ah, yes.
Is that a bad yes?
I mean, we're not can't use that. I'm just gonna hammer it with a bar and crush this second skin up. I basically found the only part of the whole tunnel that's reinforced, which is actually an amazing skill set. Hopefully good. As long as I can crush that up enough that we can bolt it back together, we'll be sweet. So yeah, from that point of view, like we've got a really good spot to mount the handbrake to.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's more room there to work with than what I anticipated. I was worried that
Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat.
like, yeah, this would be in the way.
I thought it might be pretty snug.
Yeah.
Cross thread's a good thread. Oh, what the Ford? Just got to pull the whole transmission crossmember out. At least the mount's actually not screwed. I was very much thinking that that transmission mount would be dead. That's odd though. Unless, I wonder if that's come off the auto.
What does this do? Is this just meant to
Well,
hold the...
it's like a dampener, and then it's also, it's exhaust hanger. And I'm gonna put a new exhaust hanger rubber on it too, because you've got that ghetto hose clamp. Oh, I'm gonna go to hell for this.
I don't get it.
You're about to learn.
Aha.
Oh, really?
Run out of up.
Ran out of up.
Does that mean we're squatting for the rest of this exercise?
Oh, just for the crushing bit. Zebra hands. Oh, got it. Ow.
Good aim.
Punishment.
Is that still hot?
What?
That exhaust?
Yeah, just a bit. I wonder if we're better off pinching the top in, because this is strong. Like that's not
Oh, I see.
really working. Or just crush it with the actual handbrake maybe. Just put longer bolts through. What's happened is I've drilled down, but it's walked down on that second skin and now the holes aren't aligned. Like you can see the bolts aren't
understood.
super centered. It doesn't want to go all the way down. I mean, it's all, the tunnel's also not flat, so there is that. So I'm gonna make a tool using the spacer plate and the bolts. And so this will basically tell me where the clearance for the bolts is, like if they're gonna fit through as an assembly. So that'll basically replicate the bolt position. Bit of die grinding is gonna be required there for sure. Sick. So we got all that sorted. So now that'll actually go in. It is pretty hard when you're trying to drill through two skins to keep, especially when you're using a handheld drill inside a car under a dash, to keep those holes parallel. So unfortunately sometimes there's a bit of grinding required. A lot of more common vehicles, they actually do full bolt-in kits for this sort of setup, so you can just get an off-the-shelf install kit. Unfortunately, Falcon's not on that list, so here we are. Now you don't want to nip that one up too tight because you get that exact, you're fighting the fact that it's been crushed.
Right, so there's resistance where they're...
Yeah, so you basically just want to get that to touch. Just back it off until I'm happy with it. Brake pressure will push it back as well, but even having, you just don't want it to drag.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. And then hopefully we can run the lines down and along there and just punch them through the floor somewhere over there. Probably hit them with a rattle gun now. And you know him?
Yep. Seems good.
Then when we do your clutch, we'll cut those bolts. But I'm not going to cut them right now.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Is that citrus flavour?
Oh, it is, yeah, citrus flavour. The long bolts do hurt my soul, but it was a necessary evil and it actually worked really well, so.
It's not in the way of anything?
Nah.
No one has to look at it?
I still feel like I will cut them when we pull the box out, when we do eventually put a clutch in it.
Yeah, when it's convenient enough to
Because the second
get
you
there.
want to start drifting onto dry, 100% this will lunge the clutch.
Yeah.
And the fact that I can't even bleed the clutch fluid doesn't make me happy. I'm gonna look for a spot to put holes in the floor. Yeah, he looks good. That's where the brake lines are coming out, right there. Or maybe there where there's already a hole. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Doesn't hit the dash. No. Putting a clearance on all the fittings. Man, that was a good guess. Yeah, brass.
No way.
Bro, that lighter is old. Like, that's pre-safety lighter. Like, that's like
Yeah, right.
OG.
Yeah, right.
Period, correct. Now, the one thing I do need to be careful of here is making sure we label which one's which. Because I'm going to run them together.
Yep. Why are there different fittings on the end of them?
No, they're exactly the same fitting, but that's the problem.
Right.
Because it's in series, so if we plumb it backwards, it's going to be pushing fluid towards the ABS unit, not away from it.
Uh-huh.
If I was really smart, I could have actually made the braided line go from the master into this, then to the ABS. But because I didn't have the car to check the fittings, like the thread sizing, I couldn't just go, map, map, get ready for leg day. The ABS unit's just not labelled. Just got MC2, MC1. I suppose that's both from the master cylinder, but I don't know if it's like primary and secondary or front and rear. Like, I'd hate to cut that line and then go, oh yeah, cool, and it doesn't work. And it's actually like a diagonal split or something weird, which it shouldn't be because it's actually a larger, it's like a 1/4 inch hard line for one and then a 3/16 hard line for the other. So in theory, I would say that the 1/4 inch line is for the front and the 3/16 line is for the rear. But without knowing enough about what this is doing, I'd rather just intercept the output side because it is marked rear out of the unit. It's got right hand front, left hand front and rear, which is good because on this car, you could actually retain the ABS function for like track work or whatever because it's only a single rear circuit anyway. If you pull the hydro, the one thing you will need to do is actually disable the ABS on the skid pan so that when you pull the hydro, it doesn't bring the ABS on. I mean, they're long, but they're not miles too long. Oh, I suppose the other thing we could do is actually do it down here.
Oh, right. Because you got all the room to work with.
Well, we're all done, all bled up. Now it's time for Gian to go and give it a hit.
Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in the cage, I'ma let out the head out the. Wake up, get out the sheets. We came for one man, forget that piece. You take the west side, take out the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the
I hear him chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop, let him talking. I hear him chat with the boys, man's so tough, but man's keep rapping. Just too sharp with the boys, white girls gotta tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pine, if you wanna touch me, please use
Stop it.
What atmosphere?
I feel the pressure way too much.
Well, the install's actually gone really well. The brake lines have run nice and neatly. They're above the rail height, so we're never going to have an issue ripping them off. Lots of P-clips and nutserts today, getting it all out of the road. I have actually also used a piece of rubber hose to go through what was a firewall grommet. It's a little bit of an odd shape, so I didn't have a grommet in stock for it, but I will endeavour to get the factory grommet to go into that hole to ensure that we don't rub through those flexible brake lines. The thing works flawlessly. I haven't seen John have such a large smile on his face for a while, having the thing actually work. But yeah, pretty stoked with the outcome. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.